Okay, so it's time to tackle this beast. I've been nervous about it long enough. So to get it out of jumbling position, I really don't have a specific technique, but I just try to line up sides as much as I can. I first see what can move, and obviously this sticking out here isn't going to do anyone any good. So I move this here and I feel like I've created a side, and I've got a nice little X over here. So now I see what other sides I can create. So we're doing pretty good here. This can move, and this shelf here may belong with what? Over here. This obviously doesn't belong here, so I can move this in, so this matches up to here. This guy, maybe this guy can match up to here. Boom, and okay, done. Now, maybe I could have done more on the jumbling aspect, but I don't think it's really going to contribute much to it. It will be just a matter of getting it out. So getting out of jumbling position is not that bad, but it did take a lot of things out of orbits. So how shall I approach this? Well, my strategy was to put in the middle first. So let's start correlating this with puzzles that I know. With this center, I guess first off, these don't really scramble with each other. So I should be able to just go like this and get all of these little X's in. Shouldn't even have to look. So this is in and this is in. This is in over here. Silver's in over here. So it's almost like the trivial tips of a Pyraminx. This is in over here. Okay, so you see all these X's are in. So what about these guys here? Well, these guys don't scramble with each other either. They are pretty simple. So the orange one should be along here somewhere. Where's the other orange? Center. Where did you go? Oh, right here. So this guy is going to come into here. So I'm just going to do a quick down, down, up, up. So this will go, well, up, then move it out of the way, up. And it's not even down, down, up, up. It's 2R, 2L, 2R, 2L. And this is in here. Boom. Okay, where's the other orange? And it should be somewhere within spit distance, because the circle, the immobility of the circle, ensured that it was not going to scramble. So this comes up here, up, well, 2L, 2R, 2L, 2R. So that's it. The rest should be pretty much like that. So this black will go here. Now wouldn't it be nice if I can exchange this with a pink? So where is the pink one? It's right over here. Okay, so that's already in. This will go here. Alright, so we'll go turn, 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 turn. So this is in. It's interesting how these are coming in too. I don't think that's, I think it's a coincidence. So this black will come over to here. So we've got, so right now my confidence is boosting. So I'm just going to do 2L, 2R. Well, hold on. Let's not be so hasty, because it appears that I'm about to take this screen out. The screen's not really in yet, but, well, it is in, but we weren't really working on it. But let's get it out of the way. If I move it here, then this red one will exchange, which is perfect because it'll end up here. So I think there's going to be a lot of fortuitousness about this. So up, well, 2R, 2L, 2R, which match this in here, 2L, 2R. Okay, now we're going to move this screen back. So far it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward with this part anyway. Here's a blue, and things should just start lining up. So this blue can come into here. This we don't want, but I'm going to make a prediction. If I turn this, pink will be in line. Boom, pink is in line. And this green is going to match up with here. So 2L, 2R, 2L, 2R. This is in, this got placed, and now this pink one, I simply move it out of the way here. Okay, so this is coming together very nicely. Where's the blue? It's not here. It's not here. So I lay odds, if I move this, it's going to be here. Silver and silver. This purple is going to match with this purple. So far, so good. No worries. 2L, 2R, 2L, 2R. And now I take this purple and move it back. Okay, so we have, do we have all these in? And I think we do. So you can see that this is the simple part of the solve because this is the part that didn't scramble. Now, if there were a planetary version, well, that would be much more challenging because some of these will be stationary and some of them won't. So it would take other kinds of algorithms. I think I have something like that with this guy, where this is stationary here. I'm sorry, this is not stationary here, but this guy is stationary. So I guess more on that one later. Okay, so where do we go from here? I think the next thing is we could try putting these in, but here's the thing. These are going to be made complicated by the fact that they might not be in the right orbit. So I can foresee putting all these guys in, then working on these only to find that they're not in the right orbit, so these would be ruined. So it's not clear to me if I should put the outer ones in first and then the inner ones, because if I put all the inner edges in first, by putting in the outer ones, these are going to be taken out, but I think that can be controlled. So I think what I want to do is make sure everything's in the right orbit. So I'm going to place these guys and just do damage control by taking them out. Maybe it's not the best way of doing it, but we'll see. So how am I going to get this one in? Well, here's a green one. So I'm going to do it very similarly, doing some exchanges. This will come in here, bump it out of the way, turn it, and bump it back. So before doing any of those algorithms, I'm just going to intuitively place it. Okay, where's the other green one? I first have to see if it's in the right orbit. This is light green, I want dark green. So where are you? Aha, right here. Is this in the proper orbit? And the answer is, it doesn't appear to be. So I know that to put it in, it's going to exchange to here, or it'll exchange here. So, well, no, it'll exchange here. So where do you have to go? I can start moving it around and seeing if it can end up in this orbit. If it'll end up in this orbit here. So this somehow has to be in this position to be in this orbit, and how am I going to get it there? Well, this is like it's over here. Where else can this move? I can move this here and see where I'm at. It's here. Okay, so in order to come to here, this will exchange with this piece here. So I'm going to move this into this orbit and it should work. I just have to remember to move these guys back, but that's not going to be hard to find out. So to move it into the different orbits, I'm going to take this, move this up, move this down. This is going to swap orbits. I don't know if it belongs there or not, but we'll see. Double turn, and up, and down. So now this is over here, which is in the proper orbit to come to here. So what that means is I'm going to go bring this in like so, bump this out of the way, bring this back, move this back. So now these are in, but I got to move these guys back before anybody gets hurt. Turn and turn. Okay. Now again, I don't think that this is the end result of where it should be, but at least I know they're in the right orbit. Now here's something else that's interesting that I want to point out. See this and see this? Notice this edge is where it's supposed to be because this is where it's supposed to be. And this edge, this here, means this edge is where it's supposed to be. So my suspicion is correct. By placing these guys, this is where it's supposed to be. Look at this here, this black. This is where it's supposed to be. So this tells me that this is not in the wrong orbit. So I think I don't have to worry about these guys as long as I get this in. Okay, so while we're on the black one here, now I could do it by sides. In other words, when I solve a curvicopter, the first thing that I do is I put all these guys in. And then the next thing that I do is I put these guys in. So it's like I'm solving one side. So it's going to be like that. If I start off here, these all represent corners. So 1, 2, 3, 4 represent these four, and then all around here represents these other ones, or something. So anyway, I want to put this one in. So where is the other black one? It's right here. Now you can see it's in the proper orbit, which means I can go like 2R, and move this out of the way, turn this in, and turn this down. Now predictably, boom, this is also correct. Aha, so I think we're onto something. Is this correct? Yes. The other orange, is it in the proper orbit? Oh, actually we gotta move this guy back. That's okay. So this needs to go to here. Is it in the right orbit? If I move this up like so, I can see that it's not. It's gotta be here, not here. So where can I put it to where it's gonna end up in an orbit like this? Well, I'm just basically following the orbits around. Okay, it's got to be here, and when I move this here, no, not yet. Where else can you go? Here. And here. Okay, so I'm following that orbit around, and I see this can move next to here. So I got to move it into this orbit. But I like this here, so let me find something that doesn't belong. Maybe this does, maybe it doesn't, I don't know. Oh, what's interesting is that if I swap these two, I'll just simply move it back and everything will be in its place. So let's go ahead and swap this orbit. This goes down. This is a single jumble maneuver, by the way. This turns here, double turn, and I'm only swapping two orbits. This goes here and this goes here. Now you can see this is all lined up. Move it in and boom, now this is in. You can see this is also in and this is also in. So basically I'm doing a curvy copter solve, and this is my first side. If I get all these in, it's like I got this side in along with all these guys here. So finally this peach one. This is so much fun, you guys. So where's the peach one? Right over here. Is this in the proper orbit? Well, let's see. I gotta move this anyway. I gotta move it into the space. Let me kind of take it back a little bit. How am I gonna get it to here? Well, these two will swap. These two will swap here, and it's this piece. There must be an easier way to find this. Aha. Here. If I move it into here, it'll be in the right orbit. Right here. So if I can move this to here. Okay. That's fine, because now I can swap these two. I can do a double jumble maneuver and swap these two, then I can put it over to here. Okay, so let's do that. So what's going to exchange? These two will exchange and these two will exchange. These two aren't where they're supposed to be anyway. So up, and these are not swapping orbits, by the way. This is a double jumble maneuver. Turn and double turn, down, up, and up, down, double turn, down, up. Nothing changed the orbits. Now that this is here, this is going to swap with this guy. So I have to be careful what else is going to be swapping. These are as well. Now this was taken out, but I don't think I saw for that one yet. Okay, so let's swap these two. Turn, turn, and double turn, down, and up. Okay, now I can turn this back. Now it appears this was taken out, but I'm not worried about it because I didn't really swap its orbit. So it's down here somewhere that I can easily get. But now this should be where it needs to be here. So I can maybe move this down. Oh. Let's try this over here. Move this over to here. Move this over to here. Okay. Now I can go turn, turn, and turn. Okay, so this is in, so now I've got all these in. And the question is, do I really have them in? So this, so you can see something here, this is wrong, this green and pink belongs here, and this blue and yellow belongs here. If I didn't know that, I would have solved the whole thing only to see that these appear to be scrambled. They're actually not scrambled, I just have false equivocation of these two. Unlike this, you can tell that these are all in. So what I have to do is I have to swap these orbits. Well, that's no problem. I'm just going to move this up, down. So these two orbits are swapping, these two same colors. Turn, down, and up. And lo and behold, actually we can move this back. So now what you can see is this is the correct color, I think, yeah. And this is the correct color here. Now looking at this, you can see that I took this yellow out, but understand it is the same orbit, so I don't worry about it. So I'm simply going to go turn, put it in, move it out of the way, move this back, move it in. Okay, so now these are all done, and that's like the equivalent of doing half the puzzle. So half of these centers are done, and these edges are necessarily also solved. How about you? Oh, you're not in yet. So now what we're going to do is turn it upside down. Because what I do after I finish one side is I turn it upside down and get all these guys in. So let's see if I can easily do that just by positioning. Oh, you know what? I gotta move this in. Okay. So I've got this in, and it is the correct one. So it's this. Let's see how I do this. Actually, I think I put these guys in first. I think that would be best if I did that. This is correct. Where's the other blue? The other blue is right here. Here's a light blue. So what do I need to do to get this in? So to get this in, do I have to swap orbits? No, actually, I don't. They're in the correct orbit. So let's see, best way to do this. Best way to do this is, I don't want to lose my perspective, which is a distinct possibility. Okay. Alright, I'm trying to keep my eye on what's what and what's not what. Okay, so here's what I think I need to do. I'm going to swap these two. It's also going to swap these two. I don't particularly want to do that. So I'm going to move this up. No, that black one is not going to be so happy with me if I do that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move this into here, so this will exchange with these guys. So we're going to go turn to move this in, turn to get it out of the way, and turn to move it back, and turn to move this back. Even if I messed it up, it really doesn't matter much because I can get it back. Okay, then I just turn this back here and I turn this back here. Okay, at the end of the day, none of these were affected. This is good, and this was placed. Now let's place this one in a similar manner. Is this in the right orbit? And it is. So I'm going to do the same thing. This will move in here from this direction. So I got to move it out from this direction, but this is it spoken for? It is. This green one is spoken for. How about if I move this in? This red one is not spoken for. So I'm going to do the same thing. This will move into here. So I'm going to take this purple, put it in like so, get it out of the way with this moved in its place, move this out of the way, and simply move it back. Okay, so now this is in. And to do that, I had to move this out of the way, and then I can move this like so. Okay, let's take stock in what we did. This is now in, this is in, all of these, this layer is in over here. So if I turn this upside down, now I just have to work on these layers here. So where's the blue? I am getting kind of lucky with the layers. So if I do another scramble, see this is in where it needs to be here. So turn, bump this out of the way, turn, bring it back, and now this is in. Okay. All right, making short work of this. Purple. Okay, this purple does not look to be in the right orbit. Yeah, it's not. So now I have to decide where it's got to be to get it in the right orbit. Well, it's got to be either here. So what can I do to put it in the right orbit? Let me see. Okay. Another place is here. Aha! Okay, so this needs to go to here, then it'll be in the right orbit to go to here. I'll be exchanging these two orbits. It doesn't really matter. I haven't put that one in yet, so turn, turn. So this is like a really cool alternate curvicopter solve that I'm doing right now. So this is over here. So let's see how this can work. I think what I'm going to do is get some of these pieces back so I don't get too lost. Turn and turn. Okay, so not lost yet. So now this purple one can go into here. So it'll move in from here. I have to move one in from here. This silver one is already spoken for. So let's move another one in. No, it's spoken for here as well. So what I can do then is I can simply do an exchange. Do a double jumble maneuver, but I don't want this to participate. If I don't want this to participate, I'll move this green one in. Here's what I like about this. This purple will go here, this green will go here, this green will go here, and this yellow will go here. So let's do a double jumble maneuver here. We'll go up, down, double turn, down, up. Oof. See if I can do this. Up, down. Now with this, nothing is leaving their orbits. Down and up. Okay, this is now popped in here. Let's go ahead and move these guys back. Boom. Okay, let's once again take stock in what we've got. Now these centers are all in. Just to check, this is right, so necessarily this has to be right. Now let's move the blue one in. Here's the blue one, and it is not in the correct orbit. Yeah, it is. So these two will exchange and these two will exchange. I don't want these two to exchange. So maybe I can exchange it just by placement. This will participate. We don't want it to because we like where it is. And this will participate, so we don't want that either. So maybe we can move it in like this. These two will swap, and these two will swap. We don't want that to happen. So if I move this in, then this will end up swapping with something. And if I move this in, nope, this will end up swapping too. We don't want that. So let me see about this. This will go here and this will go here. This will go here and this will go here. Another alternative way that we can do this is let these two swap and do something else to swap it back. Because this will go here and this will go here. We like this here. We're not a big fan of this silver one being here. So is there another dummy one that we can put into here? What directions can we move this from? Here and here. Like so, yeah. We don't have a dummy one that we can put in. Unless, where's this coming from? This is going to come from here. No dummy one that we can put in here. Do we like this here? We do. So I'm thinking, don't know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe I can swap these two, but that's getting a little too ambitious. So I'm looking to swap this just to get this into here. This being in here is like nothing. So if I can put another one in here, after I put this here, move it out of the way, then I can move this back and move these two back. But it's a question of what else can I put into here? Okay, what if I did this? What if I swapped these two, did a dummy move that gets these out, then I swap these two back and put it back in. So in other words, move this, swap these orbits, and put this to here and this to here, and then swap them back, and then move this to here and this to here, which will swap these guys back, because the first one that I do will swap these. Alright, so that's what I'll do. This is in the wrong orbit anyway, so I'm going to go down, up, double turn, boom, bang. Okay, so without any further ado, because I will get this back, I am now going to make with the swapping of these two, which will swap these two. Now that's interesting. Let's just go like that. Okay. Hopefully that'll work. This looks like it's in, and it is in. Okay. So, up, down, double turn, down, up, and up, down, double turn, down, and up. Okay, I only did that to swap these two, and I only did that so they'll be swapped back when I swap these two, and then swap these two. We'll need to get this blue one in. So this will be up, down, single jumble, down, and bang, splat. Now we move this in, and now we swap these two, which will swap these two back, and this will be in. So up, down, double turn, down and up, up, down, double turn, down and up. And what that achieved is that did put this one in. Now I might have had to do some damage control, but let's go back to our original pieces here, which I think was this. Okay, yeah, so these are in. I turned this upside down. Good, 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 and good. So it worked, just by putting dummy ones in and then taking it out. So now we do these, whoops. This is equivalent to the last layer of a curvy copter. And in reality, it's just these four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe I can just do a couple of 3 cycles if I'm lucky. I first have to see if it's in the right orbit. And I'm going to say it's not. These two swap. If I swap these two, this will swap over here. So what I think I need to do is swap these two to swap these guys. Once this is here, I'm gonna flip it and then swap it back. That's what had to happen. Okay. Single jumble or double jumble maneuver here. Down. Up. Up. Down. Double turn. Down and up. Okay, these two swapped, but I'm not going to let that panic me. These two swapped. I'm now going to swap the orbit of this. Turn, turn. Swapping that orbit. Down, up. I'm going to get this back here. Now that these orbits have swapped, I'm now going to swap these two, which will swap this back. Then I'm going to switch this orbit back. So up, down, double turn, down and up, up, down, double turn, down and up. Okay, what do I do? These two now swap back. This is where it needs to be. But to finish this, I now have to swap these two. Or do I? I don't know. Well, you know what? Maybe I don't. I move this in here. This is correct. I'm not sure how I did it, but it just kind of worked. All right, let's get our bearings here again. we're here. This got swapped out, but I don't think that that's going to matter much because I don't think I took it out of its, no, it was here. Yeah, okay. This got swapped out, but that's okay. Okay, these two have to exchange. Then these two will exchange. I don't want that to happen. Or alternatively, I can move this in like that. Okay, so now I'm going to go turn, 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 and turn. I'm going to move this back to here. Okay, and then move this back. So did that help? Yep, brought all this back, brought all this back, brought all this back. Okay, so now that whole thing was to move this in. Now bear in mind, when I move this in, they're going to be moved out a little bit when I move these guys in, but at least I'm making sure they're in the right orbits. But now I'm down to the last three. Well, okay. This is where the perspective aspect fails me. Okay, it's simpler than I thought. Okay, so it's much simpler than I thought. What I want to do is I want to put this orbit into here. So I'm going to move this here and move this here and simply switch these two orbits. So I should be able to easily do that. So up, down, turn around, down, and up. Let's switch those two orbits. And I turn this like so. Turn this like so you can see this is in. And I turn this like thus. Okay, so is this correct? No. No, so these two orbits have to switch as well because this edge is wrong. That's easy enough to do. Move this here, double turn, down and up, and now turn it like so. Okay, so now these are in, and that caused this to be offset, but that's okay because it's easily placed. But I don't know if I want to do that quite yet. So these two can be swapped. Let's see. Here and here, okay. Well, I'd like to move this in, but then I'd have to move it from here. Oh, yeah, this can work. So, turn, 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 and turn. Ha. Okay, so this is actually not correct because this is in the wrong space. So this, and this are all in the wrong orbit. Because this corner is not correct, so it's got to be here. And this corner is correct. But before I do that, see if I can't orchestrate some exchanges here. So if I move this here, these two and these two, okay, these two will exchange. Is that useful to me? Well, these two can exchange, and that is useful because then I'm going to swap these orbits and then exchange this. So this will go here, and this will go here, and then this will exchange over to here. Okay, so basically here's what's going to happen. We're going to go up, down, double turn, down, and up, and then up, down, double turn, down, and up. Okay, so these guys exchange, they will exchange back. Now I'm going to exchange this orbit. So I'm wondering if I should go like this for some reason. That's very strange. Oh, no, okay. So let's go ahead and exchange these orbits. Turn, turn. Gotta line it up here. Oh, double turn. Oops. Down and up. Okay, now these two are going to exchange, and these two are going to exchange, except I think I have to go like, does not want to turn, like this, yeah. So now these two will exchange, and everything should be in exactly the right orbit. So we have up, or not exactly yet, but close. Yes, no, down, double turn, down and up. Up, down, double turn, down and up. Okay, that had the effect we were looking for, so I'm going to turn this over here. Now, lest you think we're still having trouble and these two have to exchange, that's okay because this, oh, this is right and this is right. However, something is not right over here. Oh, no, maybe it is. This is correct and this is correct. Okay, the only thing that's an issue is these two need to exchange, but it's impossible for there just to be those. Okay. So what else doesn't belong? There's got to be two more, because these, it can't just be these unless there's a third one. So I lay odds there are two that are not correct. Aha, this. So this green one is not right because this is the wrong one here and this is the wrong one here. So I'm going to swap these orbits, which should swap these two. Not their orbits, they're going to rotate within the same orbit, which is exactly what I want. So this will come down, this will come down here. Oh, let me be sure of this. I got to do this right. Okay. Fine. I think I know what I got to do. Let's just go ahead and swap this. Then things will take care of themselves. I think. I hope. So we've got up, down, double turn, turn and turn. And it does take care of itself. This goes here, and I think we're now in the right orbit. So just to check everything, all these edges are in, the outer edges are in, and the inner edges are in. So as suspected, we've got the inner circle in, and we've got these edges in as well. Now the main point of this is not that this is going to maintain its position, but now it's in the proper orbit. So now I've taken all of the jumbling out, and that's what this process was. So now it's a matter of solving the outer shell.